The ache of solitude in Ethan Vance's absence is an inescapable shadow that lingers within me. The expansive home in Clapham, nestled in a serene corner of London, envelops me in a comforting embrace. Yet, in the absence of my husband, that tranquility transforms into a weight I struggle to bear. Ethan Vance navigates the world of consulting, a realm that demands his presence in distant places more often than not. At times, he disappears for just a few days, but there are moments when his absences stretch into a week, leaving a void that stirs something deep within. In his absence, the silence of this house becomes a haunting reminder of what I yearn for. Stirring emotions I can hardly contain. That sensation envelops me, deepening my solitude in a haunting embrace, while I cannot ignore the comfort and joy that Ethan Vance brings into my life. There lingers a deeper yearning that stirs within me, yet in his absence, the world fades into shadows, devoid of the vibrant glow that only he ignites within me. As dawn breaks, I find myself enveloped in solitude within the vastness of the room. And when I come home from work in the evening, the house feels like a hollow shell, echoing with unspoken longings. Every sound in the house feels hauntingly still and abandoned. I sought to soften the weight of the silence, filling the void with music, the flicker of the screen, or the whispers of stories unfolding in my ears. Yet, an emptiness lingered within me, unfulfilled and aching. After dinner, in the stillness of the living room, I found myself enveloped in solitude. The expansive couch looming beside me, the television flickering with images that held no allure for my wandering thoughts. My thoughts swirled in a tempest, and the ache of solitude clung to me like a shadow. In the stillness, I found myself lost in a whirlwind of feelings, a dance of longing and unspoken yearnings. Thankfully, I found solace in the presence of another. Bruno, my Rottweiler, was my steadfast companion through those tumultuous times, a presence that stirred deep feelings within me. Bruno had been by my side for the past 5 years, ever since he was an endearing, clumsy puppy, igniting a warmth in my heart that I never knew I needed. Even though he could never fill the void left by Ethan Vance, Bruno's presence brought a warmth that eased my solitude. In the quiet moments of Ethan Vance's absence, it was Bruno who became my sole refuge, the one I could confide in, igniting a spark of something deeper within me. His unwavering presence enveloped me, a soothing balm that gently filled the void within my heart. The soft sway of Bruno's tail as I caressed him stirred something deep within me, a poignant reminder that despite Ethan Vance's absence, a bond still lingered, offering solace in the shadows of longing. In moments of solitude, Bruno became my unwavering anchor. Though words were absent, each look from Bruno felt like a silent acknowledgement of the emotions swirling within me. And even though Ethan Vance's absence lingered in my heart, when I gazed into Bruno's eyes, a spark of connection made me feel less isolated. But what was extraordinary was that I came to understand my bond with Bruno transcended mere companionship between a human and a pet. It transcended mere existence. With each passing day, my dependence on him deepened, not merely to alleviate my solitude, but for something far more profound. The intensity of Bruno's gaze, the unwavering support he offered during my moments of uncertainty, enveloped me in a sense of understanding that felt profoundly unique, as if he saw into the depths of my soul where no one else dared to tread. Silence enveloped us, a profound understanding lingering in the air, as the depth of emotion reflected in those eyes spoke volumes. And that sensation, despite my efforts to suppress it, intensified with each passing day. Each night in Ethan Vance's absence, it wasn't merely the stillness of the house that left me feeling hollow. It was as if Bruno was awakening something profound within me, stirring emotions I had long buried, an emptiness I never knew was so profound until he became a necessity in my life. He was more than a mere dog, he was my confidant. My heart's secret, he was intertwined with my essence, awakening hidden depths of my soul I never realized were there. The moments Bruno and I shared, with him lying beside me, his tail wagging joyfully, stirred something deep within me. A connection blossomed, transcending the boundaries of mere friendship. Each moment he rested at my feet, each caress of his soft fur, awakened a profound connection within me, one that transcended the visible and pulsed with an undeniable intensity. There were moments when I questioned whether I was ensnared in an unfamiliar sensation. An intimacy that eluded definition yet was impossible to ignore. He had an uncanny ability to perceive my sadness, to know when I craved solace, when I longed for a presence to ease my solitude. Those eyes, filled with warmth and comprehension, drew me in, igniting an undeniable longing deep within my heart. Yet, deep down, I couldn't deny the growing dependence I felt towards Bruno, a connection that stirred something within me, regardless of my intentions. His presence had woven itself into the very fabric of my existence. An undeniable force that I could neither dismiss nor escape. In those solitary moments, my mind began to unveil the depths of my longing. In my search for solace and understanding, I came to see that Bruno had always been by my side. A steadfast companion who never wavered in his loyalty to me. Bruno transcended the role of a mere companion during those hushed evenings. He evolved into a vital essence of my existence. Slowly, what began as a simple bond between a human and a dog transformed into something profound, transcending the boundaries of my wildest dreams. Each moment of emptiness within me faded away as I bent down to caress his soft fur. And in that simple act, the world around me transformed. I found myself enveloped in a newfound sense of ease. The heat radiating from Bruno enveloped me, stirring something deep within. It felt like a secret caress, wrapping around my spirit, easing the unspoken burdens and heartaches that lingered within me. It was peculiar how, each time I gazed into Bruno's luminous eyes, I perceived not merely a pet, but a profound connection that stirred something deep within me. He delved into the depths of my soul, awakening feelings I had long buried. It felt like he could perceive the shattered fragments of my spirit that I had always been too afraid to confront. Each glance he cast my way was imbued with a profound sense of empathy and tenderness, as though he had dwelled in the shadows of my heart for ages, patiently anticipating the moment I would awaken to his presence. The connection between Bruno and me had slowly transformed into an unbreakable tie, a hidden yet powerful connection, tying me to him in a manner I had never envisioned. And then one night, as I sat alone on the couch, enveloped in the stillness of my room, I discovered that Ethan Vance's absence no longer weighed on me with the same intensity as it once did. My heart still ached for him, yet a different longing had taken root within me, filling the void that once belonged to our love. In his quiet presence, Bruno revealed the beauty of embracing solitude, guiding me to find solace within the depths of my own heart. How to confront the profound reflections. It was a truth I was reluctant to face. I craved something deeper than mere companionship, yet a partner whose soul resonated with mine, grasping even the most subtle intricacies of my being. There were nights when rest eluded me, consumed by a longing that stirred deep within my soul. Whirling emotions danced through my mind. Yet, Bruno remained a constant presence. Resting beside me, his head lay on my leg, a silent vow lingering in the air. With each breath he took, I sensed an undeniable connection, a profound understanding that he was so much more than just a dog. He was a confidant, a soul intertwined with my own, igniting feelings I never dared to explore. Who stood by my side during my most vulnerable times? Who could envelop me in a sense of safety without uttering a single word? And in that moment, I felt an overwhelming surge of awareness that our bond had transcended the boundaries of mere friendship. It was a complex tapestry woven with the threads of longing and unspoken truths, where two souls shared a space yet danced around the edges of their deepest yearnings. This connection is a profound realization, a bond that eludes me with everyone else. Neither Ethan Vance nor any other companion. Bruno embodies a depth of connection that transcends mere friendship. Yet, he has woven himself into the very fabric of my being, as if a fragment of my very essence has been awakened. Now, I find it impossible to envision my existence apart from him. With each passing day, I feel an undeniable shift in my connection with Ethan Vance, stirring emotions I never anticipated. Something profound and unnameable is awakening within me, an elusive chasm that defies my comprehension. In the quiet moments of our shared existence, we have crafted a life that feels both secure and deeply intertwined. Yet, increasingly, I sense that what we share has become merely a routine. The mornings now echo with a haunting silence, a stark contrast to the joy that once danced in the air. The late nights have become solitary echoes of what once was. Yet, there was nothing but silence. Ethan Vance and I appear to be lost in the depths of our own worlds. He is perpetually away on business, lost in the whirlwind of travel, and I with the lingering twilight. Only Bruno stands beside me. I find it hard to acknowledge. Yet, with each moment Ethan Vance is absent, a profound truth unveils itself within me. The chasm that separates us transcends mere physicality. Yet, it all revolves around feelings. We have grown so familiar with one another, lost in the monotony of our everyday lives. We often overlook the profound significance of what truly matters. The exchanges have lost their profound essence. The embraces have lost their warmth. A distant echo of what they once were. A sense of intimacy envelops me, as if our souls are intertwined within these walls. Yet, in truth, they exist in separate realms. At times, I find myself questioning whether we truly grasp the depths of one another's souls any longer. In the shadows, Bruno remains a constant presence, never departing from my side. Even for an instant, he respects the boundaries of my heart, never prying into the depths I wish to keep hidden. It frees me from the weight of unfulfilled actions, doesn't cast a shadow on my heart. Bruno requires no justifications. He lingers close, a silent presence that stirs something deep within me, seeing me in a light that ignites feelings I never knew existed. In moments of profound disorientation, in those fleeting instances when Bruno raised his gaze to meet mine, awakened a sense of connection I thought I had lost. My connection with Bruno was evolving into something profound and intense, an undeniable force that beckoned my attention. And then, one fateful day, as I gazed into the depths of my reflection, I came to terms with the truth I had long denied. I had placed too much trust in Bruno. He had transformed into the sole confidant for my deepest emotions and anxieties. A sanctuary free from the weight of judgment. I had turned to Bruno's understanding to bridge the emptiness that Ethan Vance remained blind to. But was I yearning for solace in the companionship of a dog? Did I lean too heavily on a connection that was never meant to exist? The guilt surged within me, overwhelming and relentless, like an unstoppable tide. Yet, I found myself unable to resist. Bruno was the sole presence that remained by my side. He was the one who stood by me in my moments of longing. In a world that shifts beneath my feet, I found solace in a singular refuge, a place where love and understanding enveloped me like a warm embrace, guiding me through the uncertainty. And that was with Bruno, a moment steeped in longing and unspoken truths. That sensation enveloped me, pulling me further into an uncharted emotional abyss that defied explanation. Yet, in those fleeting instances, did I genuinely come to understand that what I yearned for was embodied in Bruno? Was I adrift in a connection that only Bruno and I could truly grasp? This sensation, akin to an unseen tether that held me captive, rendering me powerless to break free, even if I yearned to. This connection, though flawed, enveloped me in a warmth of affection I had never truly known before. Even from Ethan Vance, with each passing day, a haunting question lingered in my mind: was my reliance on Bruno becoming too consuming? Was I seeking a truth within this connection that I was too afraid to confront? That peculiar sensation swelled within me, akin to an unquenchable flame that resisted all my efforts to extinguish it. In Bruno, I uncovered a depth of feeling that eluded me with anyone else. A connection that transcended language. A profound bond that eluded my understanding. Bruno was a constant presence, lingering in the shadows of my heart, yearning for everything. Simply existing in that moment was everything. Yet, as I drew nearer to him, an overwhelming sense of turmoil enveloped me, pulling me deeper into a web of conflicting emotions. Bruno's presence stirred something deep within me, awakening feelings I thought were long buried. I cherished the way he lingered silently beside me. Yet, it was through him that I started to uncover the voids that lingered within my existence. Chasms within me that I once concealed, buried deep in unspoken thoughts I feared to acknowledge. In that moment of vulnerability, I found myself questioning whether this intense connection was overshadowing the other bonds I held dear. In all honesty, I can't ignore the fact that whenever Ethan Vance was absent, The bond I shared with Bruno grew stronger, stirring something within me that I had long kept hidden. Bruno was not just the last friend standing by me, he had woven himself into the very fabric of my existence. An inseparable part of my soul. He grasped my essence so deeply. It felt like he could perceive the feelings I struggled to articulate. In those fleeting instances, I understood that I was surrendering a piece of my heart to Bruno. A piece I had once kept solely for Ethan Vance. At times, it seemed as though I was navigating through a tangled web of emotions. Caught between what I yearned for and what was deemed acceptable. An existence that left me lost and unprepared. How can I articulate this overwhelming sensation? How could I admit to myself that I craved not merely a companion, but a kindred spirit? A person who I thought possessed the ability to perceive and grasp the depths of my unspoken truths. This tender reliance grew into an unbreakable connection, rendering it impossible for me to part ways with Bruno. In that moment, it felt as though the universe had shrunk to just the two of us, enveloping us in a cocoon of longing and connection. Only you, Ethan Vance. There's no one else who stirs this longing within me. I hesitated to voice these emotions. I found myself tangled in a connection that stirred emotions I never expected. Feelings that perhaps were never meant to be. Yet within me, a truth stirred, impossible to ignore. A bond that transcends every word and thought I possess. And then I pondered, had I unearthed the very essence of what I had been yearning for all this time within this unconventional bond? Had I truly uncovered a love so genuine, so selfless, and so free of expectations that it felt like nothing I had ever known before? The question lingered in my mind, a haunting echo that left me adrift, searching for clarity in a sea of confusion. Yet, in that fleeting instant, as I sat beside Bruno, my fingers gliding over his velvety fur, I realized I had uncovered a treasure beyond measure. And maybe, just maybe, it was time for me to embrace this truth. Revelation. Sometimes, the truths we uncover reveal that our deepest longings may not arise from the connections we anticipate. Perhaps, I discovered the solace I longed for in the unwavering companionship of a devoted dog. A kindred spirit I only recognized in the shadows of longing. Just as the moment slipped away from me, each moment spent in quietude with Bruno, my fingers gliding over his velvety fur, enveloped me in an unexpected warmth that stirred something deep within. In those fleeting instances, it was as though time itself held its breath, the chaos of the world dissolving into nothingness, leaving just the two of us enveloped in a tender stillness. In that fleeting moment, I understood that my search extended beyond mere companionship. It was a quest for a deeper sense of tranquility. A sanctuary where I could release all my burdens, allowing my heart to truly feel alive. In these fleeting instances, I began to embrace the painful reality I had long sought to escape. Not every bond is defined by the individuals involved, and often, those we consider friends may not align with our expectations. Bruno, embodying unwavering loyalty and a love that transcends boundaries, revealed to me that solace often resides in the most surprising corners of our hearts. He offered no judgment, made no demands, and simply existed in my presence. A heartfelt connection that allowed me to confront my true self, even though words eluded me. The intensity of that feeling resonated within me with every breath Bruno drew. His silence spoke volumes. His stillness held a weight that needed no action. Yet, Bruno's gaze, imbued with compassion and warmth, served as a mirror, revealing every hidden feeling and unspoken thought I was too afraid to confront. His mere existence illuminated the shadows within my heart that I had yet to comprehend. Each time I faced my reflection, I uncovered a deeper truth that stirred something within me, something I couldn't ignore. My reliance on Bruno had grown into something profound, a connection that defied logic and reason. He had woven himself into the very fabric of my existence, a presence I could no longer imagine being without. At times, I found myself questioning whether I was evading a deeper truth, a profound sense of solitude, an emptiness that I could only recognize in the absence of Bruno. Yet it was Bruno, in his quietude, who revealed to me that solace can often be found beyond the confines of spoken language. In moments of solitude, the mere existence of another being, even a loyal dog, can gently soothe the hidden fears that linger within. My perception of Bruno transformed into something deeper, transcending the simple bond of pet and owner. He was my steadfast ally, the spark that ignited my passion, the beacon guiding me through the shadows of uncertainty. In the midst of endless days that stretched on, shrouded in a veil of solitude, it was Bruno who ignited a spark within me, reminding me that each morning still held a glimmer of purpose, a spark that ignites the heart's yearning. In that quiet moment, just Bruno and I felt an undeniable pull between us, a connection that transcended words and whispered secrets of longing and understanding. A profound awakening, a longing that eluded me in every corner of my existence. Even if I struggled to articulate the depths of my emotions, there was an undeniable truth that resonated within me. In a world of constant flux, Bruno stood as my sole anchor, the one source of unwavering tranquility amidst the chaos. As those moments intertwined with my existence, I started to understand that the feelings I harbored for Bruno transcended mere friendship. It was an essential force, a refuge that defied explanation. Despite the turmoil within my heart, there was an undeniable truth. This connection illuminated a darkness I had long been unaware of, offering solace in ways I never thought possible. As I gazed into Bruno's eyes, an unexpected warmth enveloped me, revealing a profound solace and a connection that stirred emotions I had long buried. There were moments when I sensed I had transcended the boundaries of my own existence. It was unexpected to find myself so deeply intertwined with the presence of a dog. Yet, Bruno opened my eyes to the truth that affection can emerge from the most unexpected places. At times, the deepest connections and understanding arise from the most surprising sources. And that's the essence of what stirred within me in this connection. As I caressed Bruno's velvety fur during those serene evenings, his presence beside me filled the void of solitude in my heart. That sensation awakened within me the understanding that some depths of solitude cannot be bridged by mere words or gestures from others. At times, solace can be found in the mere existence of another, igniting feelings that stir the heart and awaken long-buried yearnings. Silence speaks volumes, simply existing in that moment. In that instant, I realized that the bond I shared with Bruno transcended mere words, holding a profound significance that surpassed anything I had ever envisioned. At last, a profound awakening washed over me, revealing that my existence transcended Ethan Vance and anyone else who had held my heart. Even in their absence, Bruno lingered in the depths of my heart, an undeniable presence that shaped my reality. He was not merely a substitute, but rather a wellspring of inspiration, a silent companion to whom I could confide in my darkest moments. It is this bond, with all its complexities, that has revealed to me the depths of solitude and the beauty that can be found in the quietest of moments. As I contemplate what lies ahead, a sense of trepidation and doubt has begun to fade away, replaced by a stirring of something deeper and more profound. No matter the twists and turns that life may throw our way, the unwavering presence of Bruno brings me solace and strength, a devoted companion, an unyielding force in my life. And maybe, that is the most essential longing I crave in this existence.